Right. Good day to you today. First and foremost, I want to apologize for just starting this a bit late, but it's better to be late than never. I want to say hi. How has been your day? Today we are going to be talking about Raft Foundation. I've received a lot of requests during the week, and I just thought I should bring this to explain it one more time. I have done, if you remember, if you are familiar with some of my videos, I've mentioned this, and I've done some videos on the Raft Foundation, but because it keeps coming back, and there's nothing I can do if fans are asking questions all the time. Okay, right. What do we mean by Raft Foundation? If you look at this image, please, if you're just coming in on this station today, hello, hi Kazim. Oh, thank you I'm really sorry today. There was some circumstance beyond my control. Thank you for you guys. You're welcome to today's show. We've got 2 people on now. I'm sorry, I'm apologizing for starting a bit late, but if your time suits for this time, you're welcome, and you're welcome. Okay, the image that you're looking at, what I'm discussing today, I know I've done a few videos on these, but most of my shows are not basically for all of us that are well experienced. There are a lot of people that are not experienced, that have found themselves in situation like this in a swampy land, swampy, property, or they were not told that there will be loads of water coming out from the land. I, for example, experienced that before. So this is one of the projects, and this is the way it's been handled. If you've been sold a land that has water, that is swampy, don't worry, there's a lot you can do. You just need to spend a little bit more. Please, if you have concerns, questions that you want us to discuss today, please do not hesitate by throwing your question open, and we can discuss it together. All right. So what do I mean by Raft Foundation? You might have bought your own land in a dry place. You might not have bought your land in a water place, but you might know a friend. You might have a friend. You might know of somebody who was just about to buy a land in a waterlogged or swampy place, or they just told you the land is cheap. Yes, most lands being sold in waterlogged place or swampy place are relatively cheaper. Not as if you're to buy land in Lekki, this is the kind of land you're going to be sold. It's always waterlogged, or the land is always getting water out. So for those of us who are already experienced in foundation building, this is not for you, but they are just for people who are just coming up. Anyway, Raft Foundation is a kind of foundation that you are going to build to as a base for the structure that you're going to build on it. Either a bungalow, either a story building, and you can see that image. Look at the board, those planks that you can see, square plank, that is your civil engineer or the engineer that is going to handle your project, this is exactly what they need to do. They need to get a good carpenter who will, this plank, if you count it, 1 2 3 4 5 6, this is 6 planks, and inside the water on the right side there will probably be another 3 that has gone into the water. That is to give it a firm base. That is inch by 12. That wood is called inch by 12. That is, it is 1 inch thick in the mouth and long by 12 feet and 12 inches wide, but its length is 12 feet, 12 inches at the mouth, and the thickness by 1 inch. That is why that is the kind of wood. But you do not need to buy, your carpenter does not need to buy a brand new. You can get the one that has been used. You can use what's it called? You can use a reused one, which will cost you less. A reused one is about 80 naira, depending on what your carpenter will use. Okay, so bear with me. That is the box, and the long one that is inside it is 2 by 3. It's the base, and if you look at the iron rod, the welder will do a mesh, a network of iron rod. Let's have a look what we can get there. That is the thickness of the iron rod that you will need on these. That is about 18 mm iron rod for this foundation. Yeah, with me. Let's see how many people online. 3 people. You're welcome. Sorry, I've disappointed you by the timing. My timing is not really good today. It was due to some problems which I had to rush out to go and get sort out. Okay, that is the iron rod. That is the kind of iron rod you will need for the mesh. I'll go back again. Right, so that in that case, that is the box. If you just import that is either the master bedroom. If you look at the picture now very well, you will see that the network of iron on the height, they're going to vary. The height of this one, it's about 3 to 4 feet. And please bring your question tonight. Let's ruminate it together. Bring your question on the forum. All right. Let me go a step further. That's the iron rod. Then you will need the granite. You will need loads of 3/4 granite. After you're going to purchase it, this is about 30 tons of granite. Right. Let me be honest with you. Even if your land is not waterlogged, you still need this material. This is called the 3/4 granite. The texture, the size, and the size of the stones is called 3/4. That is been chipped. Even when you are not doing a raft, you still need this 3/4 granite to do your foundation. You need this 3/4 granite, right? Let me come back to the iron rod, please. If you're doing, this is 18 mm, right? I don't know, 16 mm, 16 mm iron rod. You will need, there is Nigerian iron rod and there is imported iron rod. There is the Nigerian one is cheaper than the imported one. But if you don't know what you are doing, they can sell you the Nigerian one for the imported one. It is just, I don't know why it does the same job, but some contractors will take the money of the imported one. It's about about 1,000 naira more than the one that we have in Nigeria. So they said it's more durable. Okay, let's go further. That's the granite. You need minimum of, depending on the size of the property, start from 30 tons of this, where there is 15 tons, there is 20 tons. You go to ganja.com, you get the prices there. Right, look at it again. That's wooden structure. I'm not sure whether I've got it before. Okay, it's the same one. Right. Look at it there. Look at the place that's waterlogged, and look at the size, the network of the iron rod here. If you bought a land in a swampy place, or you don't buy, even if you don't buy in a swampy place, you still need a solid, strong foundation anyway. Yeah, you need a solid foundation. But in this case of the owner of this land, the land is so bad that there's nothing significant that can be built on this property unless they do a raft foundation. But if you look at the network of iron rod, 16 mm, a 16 mm iron rod which they have meshed together. At the bottom, if you look at in the middle of this iron rod, you could see another smaller size. That is the 12 mm, because all of it cannot, because it costs enormously. All of the iron rod cannot be 16 mm, because 16 mm has about 55 length in it, and it's about 240,000. In this project, they used more than 4 tons. That's a lot of money. The owner of this project was doing a 3-story building, and he went to go and buy a land in Banco where the water is so much, and they build it during the rainy season. Okay, right, let me move on to the next image. Right, that is the iron rod for the foundation. Okay, right, look at the guys on duty. Even the digging of the foundation, they were standing right in the water. That is how the foundation of any house to be built in swamp, that is what they need to do. Look at the columns. Look at the welder. They are mesh, putting everything in a mesh. That's how they will do it. If your contractor is talking about raft foundation. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this today was I had about 4 or 5 requests that they want me to come up, but unfortunately, I think maybe because of the timing of the country where they are, they probably might have missed this, or maybe they have to go and watch this video. So this is the formation of the foundation. All right, that is the welders are work. However, we don't. Our foundation, if you are doing ordinary foundation, you don't need to spend so much money on iron rod to build your foundation, because the land is solid anyway. Okay, right. If you look at that is those guys the welders are work, and they are doing a great job. Right, look at the network of it. The amount of money that has been sunk into that iron rod. See water at the bottom. But let me be honest with you, this is what the man needs to be able to have a peace of mind, because if it was not done, you will in the next 2 to 3 years after people have been living in the house, then you see cracks on the wall from the ceiling downward. Then what do? They start doing plastering. They start doing plastering. They start doing the plastering. Bear with me. They start doing the plastering. They start when the foundation of most people who have done building construction in the past, they made so much mistake to the extent that 2, 3, 4, 5 after the construction has been done, there's a long like a lightning shape from the ceiling downward to the bottom of the house, right? It comes downward from the ceiling from the ceiling of the house. If the foundation is not done properly, the thing just crack the wall, plastered wall, and then what do? They will not go and get the service of a bricklayer to start cracking right both sides of the cracks and now patching it. But by then he'll be too late. So there's nothing they can do in a situation like that, right? They can't do anything anymore. A stitching time saves time. So let me bring it back again to you. If you look at that is a lot of money that needs to be sunk into a raft foundation. Okay, here the 3/4 granite is not mixed. They don't put water in it. 3/4 granite with sharp sand. They just mix it together with solid cement and pour it dry into those water. They just pour it because as it sinks down, the water is sucking the cement and granite together to form a solid base for the raft to be built. Yeah, woman. Right, it forms. Welcome, guys. Welcome. The guys that are just coming in. I'm sorry that this is just taking a bit too late, but don't worry. I'm working for you. We're working together with we hustlers that are based abroad. We need to have a first-class information, a background knowledge of some of these things, the technical know-how, and the knowledge of how to do some of these things in case we found ourselves, unfortunately, to buy this type of property or land. So when you buy this kind of land, it will not be new to you of what to do when your contractor is talking about we're going to do raft. We're going to do raft. So when we say we're going to do raft, this is exactly what goes into raft construction. This is exactly what. So don't panic. You're just going to spend a little bit of more money. Like the iron rod, you're going to buy iron rod. The welder is going to pay for the service of the welder. You're going to get the service, and then you buy more cement and buy more 3/4 granite. Okay, but in the end, when the foundation is solid, you'll be amazed on what you're going to get from it. Okay, right. Let me look at the next image. Look at that. Look at what came out from that. It's a solid concrete everywhere. Look at the way they were doing it. They were doing it that way. That's the beginning of it. Water everywhere. Water everywhere. But the man knew what he was doing. That's why he employed the service of a welder, got iron rod. This cost a lot of money. Like I said, the quantity of the 16 mm, there's 55 length in this 15 mm. The 1 ton of iron rod, and you will get the service of a welder. This gentleman that owns this property bought about 3 tons, and that is 240,000 naira multiplied by 3. So to start with, before spending money at all, you are going to spend roughly 750,000 just on iron rod alone. And the granite is bought. The granite is a purchased granite. This granite is 3/4 granite. Sorry, 3/4 granite. Sorry, let me go back. This is the size of 3/4 granite. They will mix it with cement, with sharp sand, and goes dry without water. They keep pouring into the bottom of the foundation. All right, so that they will not have any problem. They just leave it for a couple of days to dry up, and then the result we're going to get is this. And look at it everywhere. See how high? There's no flooding that can beat this and bring this down. No way. No flooding can bring that down. All right. Please bring your questions today. Let's ruminate it. We hustlers, we want to help one another. We don't want to get into trouble. This man bought the land, but he moved on with it, and he has built. Maybe next time I'm going to show you the picture of the man's property. So, guys, please. Hello, Mr. Gbaki. How are you? How is your place today? How are you today? Please please let me just sign a note of warning. All of you that are buying, well, sorry, not anybody. If you know any friend that is buying land, let me get if I have not deleted the information I received from a land seller in Lagos. Just pray I get this. Bear with me. Oh my God. There's a big information. If I have not deleted, I said I'm going to bring it to your hearing. It's okay. Okay. If I have not deleted, it's gone. There's an information I received from a land seller. Please be careful of you buying land. Oh, the background. Okay. Okay, the background. Noisy. What kind of sound are you getting, please? What kind of sound? Please let me know. Okay, maybe the volume. Please, can you tell me to describe how the sound sounds so I can adjust the system? Can you just describe, Mr. Gbaki? Please, can you describe the sound, how it looks like, how it sounds like, so that we can enjoy today's show, please. Just give me an idea of, just type it and tell me, because I know people will be feeling that way as well. Okay, all right. Maybe you can give to us, you can, like a generator. Oh, it's the sound of the laptop, the fan. No, hold on. Oh, no, it's not raining. It's the sound, the fan of the computer. It's just a little bit. Yeah, you guys supposed. Well, don't worry. I'm hoping I get new system. It's not. It's the. I think it's this fan. Is heat the fan? The laptop is heating up. Okay, please bear with me. We'll get there. We'll get it. Don't worry. Sorry, bear with me. Let me just get a little bit of water. Just 1 minute. 1 sec. I'll be back. Yeah, I'm back. Right, so now there's an information I got during the week. Please, people that are buying land in some areas in Ogun State, please be aware that there has been government acquisition in some, the pipeline, petroleum. The pipeline NNPC is running some pipes, through some land. Just bear with me. I learned during the week. Please be careful if you're just buying some lands in Lagos now. No, not Lagos. In some lands in I'm trying to remember the area between Shagamu some land in Shagamu, some land in Ifo local government of Ogun State, some land in Ibafo area. I am told that there is a running, the NNPC have some pipelines. The landowners are not telling people the truth. They are people now, when they now realize that the government wants to acquire the place for construction and regrading of the pipeline, so they are quickly rushing to sell their land. Please don't fall victim of this fake land. They will sell you the land because they know that the government is going to acquire it. They're selling them cheaply. Do not fall victim of this cheap land that they are selling. They started it last month, but I said I'm going to bring it on this stage. Don't fall victim of a cheap land, and then in the end you don't get any land, you don't get your money back. They are aware that the government is trying to acquire some areas, and they are going to go there. Even the houses that are already been built there, they are bringing them there. They are going to demolish them. So don't fall victim of cheap land in this area. Oh, I'm told, but please inquire very well before you put a penny of your money down. Find out. Don't put money down. Make sure that the land that they are trying to sell to you is not one of those that fall under the government acquisition in Ogun State. The pipeline, they are doing the grading of NNPC, and they are trying to say that nobody should build houses. Those people who have built their houses there, they are bringing them down. It is an information that was passed to me sometime last month. I forgot to mention it yesterday, sorry, last Sunday, because I only restarted my live broadcast. So please don't fall victim of the people who are now selling fast because they want to make sure that they scoop some money back. Okay, well, let me go back to the Raft Foundation. Okay, what, Mr. Osas, what is the cost? What will it cost me to get a contractor from you to construct a parapet? Where is the location of the property? I can't go to the east at the moment. It's quite expensive. I could get one for the east, but it's going to cost money. So where is your property in that you are building, Mr. Osas? Mr. Osas, where is your property located? Where is the property located? Where is it located? We need to know where the property is located. Where is it located? Right. If you're not okay, well, you can tell us that later. Let me go back to the image of the parapet. Sorry, bear with me. Right, that is a solid foundation for raft. It's a very thick, no pressure, no flood can bring that down. Okay, right, and look at the thickness of the German floor. You remember we said we do well. German floor is done in so many cases. The swampy one, the one that is not swampy, German floor for high story building, from story building to so many story building. If you go back and see what they've done to this before they got to this stage, that is the ruggedness and the roughness of the land, the box. You don't have to buy expensive plants. You can buy something very cheap. The only thing is that after the project, it can be removed and can be sold. It can be used to do steps, makeshift step to get to this to transport materials to the to the upper floor, it will still be useful anytime. All right. So they use 3/4 granite plus sharp sand plus cement. In this case, that has water background, they don't mix this with water and sharp sand. They just start pouring it into it, and the bottom background forms the water that the granite that will have been used to mix the materials. It soaks it and sucks it away. And look at it again. I'm sorry, 16 mm. Look at that. Look at the network of it. Look at it. Oh, sorry, Mr. Osas, I cannot get any contractor to go to Benin City. Sorry, I'm sorry, but I can speak to a friend who travels a lot. It's a good man. I've got one of his project video. I don't have it with me. I can't download to you for you now. Maybe you can ask me. Maybe next Sunday, if you come on this show, we will discuss and I will show you the video of that one. Right. Okay, welcome you guys on board today. Right, so that is the foundation of the raft. Those of you, if you buy land in a water place, that is how the beginning of it looks like. And that is when it's finally done, it's like that. And the top of it is this. See the columns for the pillars that will stand the weight of the decking. They want to do the decking. See, German floor, look at the iron on top of this, where that has done, right? Okay, so, and they will use the 16 mm of that rod for the network. Okay, right. That's 15 mm. This is 16 mm. You can see the thickness of 16 and 15 compared together, and look at that. And even apart from being not a raft, you don't have to do raft, but you need all this material for your foundation as well. You need your foundation to be solid. You will need 16 mm and 15 mm iron rod. That's 15 there, right? Ordinary foundation that is not raft, that is not raft, but properly you still need the iron rod for the pillars. Some of these ones here, look at this. We go back a bit. You can see how many pillars that are erected every part of the floor, because they know that for the weight of the decking to be supported properly, you will need all these columns. Sorry, look, you can look at my face again. For the weight of the house to be distributed and supported properly, you need the pillars everywhere. On this one, I remember this project, they did about 40 pillars, and that's a lot of money. Let me be honest with you. Let me quickly point something today. Don't go for too cheap contractors and products. In the end, see, let me tell you, somebody wants to start building a house. No poor people build a house. Hustlers are not poor. Hustlers work hard for their money. You and I, we are not poor. We work hard for our money. So when you start from the beginning of the foundation, from the time you bought the land to the time they start digging the ground, to the point of the foundation German floor, you will buy materials. So looking for cheaper material, you will always buy materials. Materials are not cheap. So for you to start to dream of building a house, you are still going to go through the process of buying materials like sand, granite, cement. They are constant price. They don't come cheaper. If they are selling cement for 2,500, it's 2,500. If they are selling granite 90 to 20 ton for 100,000 naira, it is 100,000 naira. That the fact that you're looking for something cheaper those prices don't go lower. So it is those people that anybody who is building a house, how they are rich people. Don't look at yourself and say, I'm looking for. You won't get it cheaper than that. It is your time to start building. That's why you will get those prices. They don't fluctuate. They will still give you. They will still buy the material. Whether you won't get it cheap, you still need materials to complete your house. So while you are doing that, you start to spend money. All right. So, hello, Mr. Splash Stone. Yeah, it's money over there. It's not evening in our place. And you, all my Indonesian friends, Malaysian friends. I know Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore, Japan, China. This is your money. Here, it is no money. It is evening. So please bring your questions. What are your questions? What are your worries? You see, you don't need to worry. You just need to plan smart. Okay, you don't need to worry. You and I are hustlers. You and I are intelligent. We are resilient. My proper word, resilient. The resilience in you, is the toughness in you, is the one that makes it to stay in the country where you are. The country where you live in now, it's been proposed that you're going to be there. You're not there by an accident. When you several years ago, before you came to that country, you never knew you're going to land in that country. You found yourself there now. You need to take the riches of the land, let it work for you. Let the resources work for you back at home. Whether you're from Ethiopia, all my Ethiopian friends, all my Ghanaian friends, all the homeboys from Nigeria, we've been destined to be in that country. In China, in Uganda, anybody that travels from the shores of Africa, they've been destined. Let me use the accent. They've been destined to be in that. You've been proposed, and God has made you to be where you are. And because you are there, you're going to succeed. You and I will succeed. You and I are resilient. You and I are hardworking. You and I are running because we don't have to hide. You are going to get the good of the land and take it back to Africa. You see, the terrain where you are is not the place where it should be. You will make the best of it, take the best of it, work for the best of it, keep the best of it, export the best of it, import the best of it from the country where you are. Nothing shall do you any harm, because God has said it. Just like John the Baptist has been the forerunner of Christ. He's been prophesied that Jesus Christ, I'm not preaching, but you and I have been proposed to be in that country. So every ingredient, no negative things will work for you. Every resources that is in that country will work for you for your good, and you will not make any mistake. You can take longest time you live. Believe that you're not there by an accident. You and I are not there by an accident. In Singapore, in Malaysia, in South Africa, in US, in Canada, in Australia, look at the long journey you have made to be where you are today. I don't know what you have done. I don't know what you are doing. I don't know what you're planning to do. But it's not too late if you've not had anything. Don't let them say you should send car home. Don't let them say they should export it. They're going to they selling. This is the price. Lie. It's a lie. Yeah, how much will it cost me to move 5-bedroom flat with step tiles? I can give you a gig step tiles. What type of step tile? Aluminium step tile or Gerard? Please be specific. What is the materials your step tile? Is it aluminium or Gerard? Please be specific. Like, bring your questions. I've got 10 minutes more on this show. Please, like I said, invite friends. This is a channel of hope, a channel of opportunity, a channel that gives information, a channel, a clean channel, a channel that doesn't make people to keep thinking of what they've gone through. Yeah, you might have gone through a lot. I've gone through a lot. By the time you hear the story of other people, you will know that you've not gone through anywhere. I've known cases of people borrow money from banks, take loan from banks, and decide to do export. Forget about these people back home. They can con you, right? They will con you to yeah, this thing is selling, that is selling, that is moving, that is there. You will get good money from this, you get good money from that. It's all lies. Don't believe a word from them. They are trying to set you up for destruction, or set you up to drain you, or set you up to make you sick, set you up that you never come back get good money anymore. They've set you up for you to send those items down home. When you send it home, they will start telling you this is the price that they are doing it, this is the price that they are selling it, this is the price they are offering, this is the offer. Please do not believe them. Do not believe any of their lies. Do not believe their lies. Do not believe any lie. Okay, so they are full of lies. They will con you, and in the end you will not get anything. So that's just a digression. Let me go to the image again. For those of you who are just joining, we are talking about the Raft Foundation. We are talking about their women. So it's Raft Foundation, and that is the German floor part of it. Right? You do not have to. I mean, if you see the thickness of this German floor, it all depends on the size of the story, the height your houses is going. It depends on the height. It all depends on it. So the higher the building, the stronger and thickness or thicker the German floor. Okay, and the pillars, the number of pillars that will be in the middle, 40, 30. Okay, right, bear with me. I told you about 16 mm rod, so 15 mm rod. That's the one, one of the columns of the one. That one done. It was not Raft Foundation. And the question here, right, that's just a normal foundation. You can see the blocks, 9 inches block covered with the filling, the arch filling. That one has been covered to the top. That the owner of that house did a little bit of raft on that you see there, a little bit of the raft, and that one is, they found a little bit of water there, and they had to do it, cover it up, and they did not do German floor. Hi, good evening. Somebody just text me. I will respond to your text later. That's a normal standard foundation. You can see the blocks are covered to the top. Right, okay. That's all of the lovely videos for you. Remember that when you're doing your foundation, look at what these guys are doing here. Look at what they are working on. The black raft, the waterproof membrane. You need to be careful. If your contractor don't use this, you will have problem in future of water coming out and making your house to be damp. All right. Right. Look at what they are doing there. They put filling. They are going to get it to the same level of the one on the side. They put the membrane to cover the ground to separate the earth from water was to want to find its way to penetrate into the building. Even if you cover it with a very solid tiles, water will still find its way up, and that's the reason. Right, the price Are you online at the moment? I'm doing live show at the moment. Sorry, bear with me. Right. So that's the feeling. One gentleman just asked now. Bear with me. I'm sorry. So that's the feeling. They used that when they were doing this. They put about 20 of these. There was a big property. 20 of this feeling. Bear with me. On the property. 20 of that. Stone coated tile roofing. That's Gerard roofing. That's Gerard. Right, okay. That looks like a Gerard one. Right, okay. So that feeling, your Gerard one, for you can text me, WhatsApp me on my number, WhatsApp me. Then we'll talk about it. I won't use that on the live forum to do that. Sorry about it. Right, okay, right. For those of you that are still on the forum, let me conclude this Raft one in a minute. Bear with me. Right, they're working, they're doing the worker plate there. You must have seen the video before. They're doing the worker plates to make sure that there's no pocket of oil when they're trying to put that up. Then when they do that, they put the waterproof membrane on the thing, on the foundation. Okay. Please bring your questions. I'm going to round up in a minute. I'm rounding up questions. I've got 5 minutes more on this show today. You see the blue pipes, those are conduit pipes for wastewater, for bathroom, kitchen and everything. This man loves, look, he knows what he's doing. The contractor knows what he's doing. Right, so please, I'm going to round up now. Please bring your questions. I've got just a few minutes to go. All right. Any other thing you need to know, text me, WhatsApp me. Please share this channel with people. Let them come on board. I'll try and save my time next Sunday. It's 8 p.m. UK time every Sunday. But this one was an exceptional one that has to take me on a later time. But for the benefit of those of you whose time, your time zone is different, for the benefit of those of us whose time zones are completely different, it is a good opportunity that even though we came in late, some of us are able to benefit from it. It is those people who are based in Europe that probably might not get it much. But US, Australia, Canada, and Malaysia, Japan, China, suits your time if I start at a later date. However, please find out the warning I mentioned for those of you who just came in. Please, when you are buying any land in Ogun State, make sure that it is not one of those marked for government acquisition. You will know. You'll be thinking they are selling you cheap land. No, it's one of those lands that they've already been said that the government has acquired them and they are demolishing the current structures, houses that has been built on them now. People are now quickly calling people, selling their land fast because they want to make money quickly and run away and go and buy land elsewhere. Don't fall victim of that. Okay? I've got 3 minutes more. Any questions? Please bring it up. I'm going to be stopping in the next couple of minutes. Thank you, merci beaucoup, all my Ethiopian friends. I've not been mentioning you on this forum. You've been a great friend. You've been a great fans. Ethiopians, Kenyans, Uganda, Malaysians, Yugoslavians. Sorry, not Yugoslavia. China. You're from China. You're from Japan. You're from Dubai. You're from US. You're from Canada. You're from from every globe, every part of the globe that have trooped into this channel. Please encourage me, share this channel. Merci beaucoup. Share it. Ethiopians, all of our people from all the people from Africa, South Africa, Nigeria, home country. Nigeria is a good country, lovely country. Terrain where you are is not the best for you. You have to put your look at evaluate what you've done right from the beginning of the year. It's not too late, I'm afraid. It's not too late for you to start and say by the next 2-3 months I'm going to buy a land. The next 2-3 months I'm going to start a foundation. The next 2-3 months I'm going to do buy 2,000 blocks. Let me be honest with you. A bungalow, you can build a house, a bungalow with 2,500 blocks. A bungalow, you can build a house with 5 million naira. You don't have to do too many expensive things there. 5 million naira, apart from the cost of the land, you can build a house. So by the time I want to be hearing, by this time, say by July, August, I want to be hearing great stories like that man from Italy who listened to our instruction, who watches all our videos. He's built a fantastic building, 6 self-contained flats on the ground floor and a 4-bedroom house or flat upstairs. The man has done fantastic. But I want to be hearing fantastic news about all my friends, good friends all over the world, all friends that want good things, all friends that like good information, all friends that runs with information. I want to be hearing that by this time in June, July, we build our house. We started building our house. By this time, by August, we're already doing putting windows, aluminium sliding windows. We've already done the roofing, and what is next now? The electrician is already putting conduit pipe into all the walls, and they are putting electrical fittings in all the units in the room. They're now doing the kitchen cabinets. They're now, by October, I want to be hearing that my friend whom I introduced to this channel has already procured his own land or our land, and what they are planning to do, they are trying to ship some materials that they don't want them to steal. They are shipping it home. Right? Please don't get engrossed in sending money home frivolously. The people that you're sending your money to, they are making it one way or the other. They are eating the best food. They are wearing the best clothes. They are driving the best car. But you that you're sending the money to, you are struggling. You're working hard, backside, in the snow, in terrible weather, terrible terrain. And yet, they don't see this. They don't see the ruggedness in you, which you have to do. They're just watching. By the time I want to be hearing by Christmas, it's fantastic news I want to be hearing about you. Fantastic, great news that I have taken your advice on board. I've been able to block those people that want to swindle me. I've been able to do the roofing. I've been able to by Christmas I've got my first tenant. That is what I want to be hearing. Thank you. Right, thank you. So I'm rounding up now. I want to leave this great forward-thinking information to you guys, that you are the greatest fans all over the world. You are the greatest supporter all over the world. All my friends all over the world, merci beaucoup. Those that are speaking French, merci beaucoup. Those that are speaking English, thank you very much. You have been a pillar, you have been a rock, you have been a supporter, and together we are all hustlers. We will make it. We will get to our destination. Whatever we're going through is not the end of it. Every time that you're waking up, always just say thank you that I have a chance to do something better for my life, which it is. I'm lucky to be located in this land, and I will eat the good of the land, the best of the land. I will work with the information I've got. I will run with the information I have. I will make sure that I will not look at what has happened to me in the past, that I did not make it well. I'm one of those that do that. I've been conned to do export. I send cars home. I send that, everything home. I send industrial goods home. They sell it. They don't give me good money. So it might be one of you. It might be like that. You might be like me, that took money and borrowed money, that thought I had people, friends that I trusted before I left Nigeria. But no, they just set you up. They just make sure that they will give you advice. This is selling, that is selling. You make good money, you make great money. But when you send the items to them, what the story that they are telling you initially before you send the item, will know more. So please don't get yourself into this, because these people, they are there not to help you, but to drain you. On this note, I'm going to stop here. What I want to be hearing by the time I come up on Sunday is that, Uncle, I want to buy land. Uncle, where can I buy a land that will not get into trouble? I will help you. I will support you. I will encourage you, because this is a show that encourages people. This is a show that puts spring on your feet. This is a show that says you might have been messed up before. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of life. Those people that mess people up, they don't have any other ambition. That's what they do. They bring people down, but you are not going to be down. You're going to be up. You're going to be standing tall, standing above them, rise above them, and make ends meet. On this note, I want to say thank you to all the lovely friends I have all over the world. Merci beaucoup. Till we meet again. Great people, great success, resilient people, top people, hard-working people, intelligent people, people that want to make it, people that already started making progress in the 2019. This is your host, your one and only that encourage you, the one and only that says you're going to make it. No one else can make it better than you. No one else can do it better than you. No one else can think better than you. No one else can be forward thinking like you. Thank you very much. On this note, we'll say merci beaucoup. God bless you all. And we'll see you again on Sunday. Or if I have any information I want to pass midweek, I won't hesitate. But don't forget to subscribe, share this video, invite friends next time. Please let it go viral. Let me get successful, because you and I are destined to be successful. You and I are destined to make it. We are here to make it and make the best out of the land where we are. All right, I'll stop here. Good people, God bless you all. Thank you. Merci beaucoup. Bye.